Hello everybody, welcome to Wither Mode Games. I am an Emperor, and today I will be playing Unsettled. I was watching One Stop Co-op Shop's playthrough, and it inspired me to bring out my own copy. Today we will be playing Kaelyfos, if I pronounced that correctly. That was the planet that was in the box. If you haven't seen the box, the entire game is very modular. There's like, I think, 11 or 12 planets now, each in their own individual boxes. And the main big box has all the components the player needs to do player stuff. And then all of the components for each planet are in their individual boxes. And within the base box, you can put 2 planets in there. So I pulled out the box, Kaelyfos was in there, so I went ahead and set that up on the table. I'm not going to go over every single rule up front, but I am going to go around the board so you can kind of know what's going on where. So up here at the top left, we have all our materials, data, materials, or resources. So data, materials, power. Luna, our robot companion, can scan for data and materials. Players need to pick it up. And power is picked up through various means throughout the game. Okay. Underneath that tray, we have our planet-specific cards. And in this case, we have Waking Nightmares and Bloodsucker Behavior. Okay. In the middle here at the top that you can't see is Trust. As long as Trust is on the right side, all our player powers are on their white side. And then when Trust goes to the black side, we'll flip over our player powers, and then they go to the, or actions, actually, they're not powers, they're actions. And then if you gain trust while you're already trustworthy, you can pip 2 dice up. And if you lose trust while there is no trust, you pip 2 dice down. The dice pips is what determines your actions. So everybody's going to start with 2. Every time you take an action, you'll see that it tells you which way to pip the die. If you're on the time symbol and you have to pip down again, then you lose time. And time is how you win or lose the game, or is a mechanism to winning or losing the game. Which brings us to our time track. There's some markers on there. I'll go over that in a minute when we talk about the planet. But this time track will move once it cycles around. All players will lose 1 endurance. Once any player reaches red on the endurance track, we lose the game. I want to say they all reach it at the same time, but I haven't gone through all the planets to see if there's any way to recover endurance. Since I've been playing, I don't remember any way to recover endurance. Okay, underneath that tray is going to be our tasks. So for Kaelyfos, we are doing survival task B. Yeah. Again, I just randomly chose one. There's an A, B, and I got some expansions. I think this one may have come with a C as well. Over here on the right in this tray, these are all the things we can build. So we have the research hut, the lab, and the workshop. Different tasks, different events, different things that pop up will kind of instruct us to construct these sites. We could also just build them on our own, and they'll give you bonuses. So if you have the research hut, you can spend a data to get insight. You can spend materials to pip a die up if you have the lab, and you can spend energy to move Luna if you have the workshop. So various different things. We also have Luna, which comes with her own special ability. Let's put our card over here so you can see it. You're just gonna have to pause if you really want to read what's on there, so that I can read it myself. So by placing a die here and pipping it down, deploy helpful throat injection. Okay. An explorer local to Luna will pip up a die for each bloodsucker on or adjacent to their nodes. Okay, we haven't talked about bloodsuckers yet, but they're coming. And then we also have traps for the bloodsuckers and doppelgangers as a way to kind of prevent them from impacting us. Beneath that tray, we have a whole slew of cards. So starting from the left, we have scientific anomalies. We can go to certain sites. We can pursue opportunities. We're kind of interacting with the planet. We'll get some stuff, some weird materials from the planet That'll give us either special powers, special effects, or slow us down. Okay. Then we have all the breakthroughs for robotics, chemistry, and engineering. As our players gain insight in their specific fields and they gain comprehension, they'll pick up one of these comprehension cards or breakthrough cards, and they will get some special ability. And then to the far right, we have the distress cards. So every planet handles distress differently, so I'll go over this one in a minute. To the far right, which you can't see because again this game takes up quite a bit of space, we have all of the tokens associated with the game. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head, but they're basically the ones that come with so they're anomalies. They're basically the ones that come with the scientific anomalies. Underneath that, we have the opportunity cards, the 2 stacks. Each stack is kind of represented with one of these. Okay. So when we pursue an opportunity, we put a little white token on that space to say we've pursued an opportunity there and we cannot do it again. And then we put one of these purple or blue discs there to kind of remind us that, hey, there's an opportunity here. Okay. Coming around to the left side, we have player number 1, who we have called Violet. I went ahead and picked up the action tracker component piece. See, it's kind of separate. Kind of help us track some of our actions. I do realize as I go throughout the game, I forget to update that, but by then I've already picked up the pace and know and remember what actions I need to take. And it's also got a nice slot for your action dice. Like I said, your action dice pip up and pip down. 3 is the highest, time is the lowest. They are color coordinated or color coded. So if you take certain actions that match their color, sometimes you can get bonus effects. Okay. So for Violet, I randomly chose a personality trait, and she is an empath. So the original Theorize, which covers Theorize, the original Theorize says if you put a blue die there, you gain insight, and if you pip a die down, another explorer gains 1 insight. Okay, but she is an empath. So she will automatically gain, she doesn't have to pip up or down, she automatically gains an insight, and for each of your distress, she can pip up a die. Nice. Okay. Your distress, so she's no longer helping the other player in that perspective. There's a ton of actions, we'll go over them as we progress through the game. The most important one is you spend 2 dice anywhere on the board, on the research huts, on the planet itself, but 1 die always has to rest. That will pip it up 1, and then a time will go down. Okay. We've got her endurance track. We've got her insight track. I started her off with engineering. That was the closest to the purple color. And then I added the scientific specifications expansion to the game. So that gives her these additional abilities. And so basically what she needs to do is place opportunity tokens in line with those abilities in order to get them. So I randomly chose the scientific specifications, but I made sure that the one I grabbed had at least a starting one for each player, each character. So she has temporal trailblazing. When you move this turn, ignore all node edge symbols between 2 specific nodes. Very nice. Good way to skip time nodes. Once you've placed and regrouped, FTL Foresight. Once you've placed and regrouped all your focus, you may place and then regroup one of them again. You do not need to rest again. Very nice. So once I've used all 3 of my dice and I call them back, I can take 1 die and do 1 more action. There's my comprehension. So once I get orange all the way up and I get that scientific breakthrough, I'll flip it over to green chemistry and then do it all over again. Then we're going to go to our blue player, who is Sky. Again, he has an action tracker board, 3 dice. His character trait is leader. So the original investigate is pip a die down. If you place a green die there, you get an insight, and you pursue an opportunity on your node. With the leader, put a die there, it actually pips it up. With the green die, you still get an investigate. You get an insight, and then you can investigate, pursue an opportunity on your node. So you can pip a die up. Sky can pip a die up for investigating. All right, everything else is the same, except for the scientific specifications. Holomancer. So holo instruction with the robotics comprehension. This turn, the entire crew has access to your comprehension as if you were present on their node. That becomes important for building stuff. So on the building a site, which you can't see, you can either spend a time to do it, or you always put a die and pip it down. But additionally, you either spend a time or you have the comprehension. If you have the comprehension, you don't have to spend time to do it. So if we can get his robotics comprehension up and he pips a die down, whoever's there can build that site. Okay, laser analysis. If you are within one movement of a structure, you may activate the ability of any structure, built or not. Wow. Any structure, whether it's built or not. Okay. And Violet has Chrononaut for her scientific specification. All right, and then we have the Scarab, Luna. Violet's this purple token, and Sky is the blue token. And we are playing this planet. Welcome to Paradise. In an effort to prove that the reality of space travel is far more illustrious than the fictions we read as kids, the universe has provided the stately destination, the massive severed head of an ancient celestial being, floating with a comfortably lifeless calm through the dark recesses of existence. A gentle rotation should provide just enough gravity to keep our feet on the luxurious ground of soft, supple meat, well maintained through the ages by the preserving vacuum of space. Initial scans also indicate the abundant presence of parasitic, bloody-hungry life forms, almost certainly willing, likely with great, even aggressive enthusiasm, to provide us a robust exercise regimen and full lineup of group activities, such as desperately fleeing for our lives, screaming in abject terror, and fighting to the death. This, truly, will be one to write home about. I'm going to go over just a few things here real quick. It's a quick setup. Shuffle and stack the Waking Nightmare and Bloodsucker behavior cards. Those two that I mentioned earlier. 2, place the Bloodsucker and Doppelganger trap tokens build side up. Those up here. 3, place the red triangle trigger tokens on the 3rd and 6th space of the timeline. Got it. 4, perform the following steps to construct the environment, which is basically placing the Scarab and a few specific tiles face up, which we've done. Note the separation between the two groupings of nodes. Randomly place a nest token, so we randomly put our nest tokens out. Separate the remaining environment cards, exterior and interior, face down. We've got our 2 sides. And place the crew on the Scarab. So basically on this planet, these 2 middle nodes are adjacent. These 2 are not, and these 2 are not. So to get to this side or back and forth, we have to go through that center node. All right, we have Bloodsuckers. When the time marker reaches a Bloodsucker trigger token, which are these red triangles, we will reveal a Bloodsucker behavior card. It will basically instruct us to spawn Bloodsuckers on certain spawn points, and then it'll tell us how many spaces they move. Each of the tiles has a number of pips on it. So if they're Bloodsuckers are going to move to the closest player, and if there's a tie, they will go in the direction of the Bloodsucker pips. Can't talk today. Now, I couldn't find anything in the rules about whether they move through unexplored tiles. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's going to move in the direction where the, what do they call these things? Pheromones are. So what I'm going to house rule it is, if they're on a space and there's no pheromone pips, they're not going to move, because they don't know which direction to go in. And it's not the pheromone pip of adjacent cards, it's the ones that they are on. So for this B tile down here, 3 pips up here, 2 pips there. If a player was up here, there would be equidistance, so it would go up because there's 3 pips on this card. I couldn't otherwise find any rules about whether some of these things can move across unexplored tiles and how that happens. And then most of those Bloodsucker cards will have an attack, which gives the player a distress. When the player gets to the distress, it will basically instruct them to get a Waking Nightmare card, and then that distress will cover up one of the actions. One thing I need to remember on the distress cards, there is an option to pip a die down to move the distress to a different action. Okay. You can get multiple distress from each of the, you can get a distress for each Bloodsucker on your space or that attacks you, but you cannot get multiple Waking Nightmares in the same attack. We can also set up the traps. So if there's a trap there and the Bloodsucker moves onto that tile, they get sucked up into the trap. And that's it in a nutshell. So let's go ahead and get started by reading the task. Again, you can pause so that you can read it yourself, but I will read it out loud. Feel an unusual punishment. Damage to systems have thrown off the Scarab's molecular cycle, depriving us the methane mixture needed to power our drive, and leaving us adrift in the cruel black nothingness of uncharted space. And when you're adrift in the cruel black nothingness of uncharted space, holding out hope isn't really a thing. Unless you're us, which we totally are. Our piddly backup propulsion systems are designed for minor course correction, but if you keep hitting the button, they keep firing. So we kept hitting it, shutting down other systems to do so. Because if we're going to die cold, slow, scientific deaths, we're going to do so while pushing buttons a lot, just in case we find a random spacefaring body that could deliver us salvation. What we found was a planet-sized decapitated head, which somehow seems about right. We've landed. It's weird here. And while there are no evidence-based indicators that this spongy hunk of alien flesh will hold what we need to go on, we just kind of refuse to accept that. Who even trusts evidence anyway? Scientists? Here's the other side as instructed to flip to. Setup. Perform the special setup instructions in the travelogue. So yes, we did that already. Figure it out. This is a big, rotting head. We're out of fuel. Let the science begin. We need to make discoveries, research them, see what happens. Objective. It doesn't say objective. I'm saying see objective. Build the research hut and then forfeit discoveries there, keeping track of them on card 3. So we've got card 3 here. I'm going to show it to you real quick. So we need to get those. So those keywords are going to be on the scientific anomalies, and then we need to get those discoveries, which are those tokens I was telling you about earlier, in order to get these scientific anomalies. Place a data from the supply as a marker in each box when an explorer forfeits a discovery with the listed property at the research hut. Okay. Alternatively, in place of each discovery, you may instead forfeit the mountainous pile of resources listed below. When all 3 boxes have a marker, advance. All right. So, we need to find a build site. We need to do some opportunities, pursue some opportunities. and get the discoveries we need to take them to the research hut. So since Sky, as the leader, gets the die pip up for discovering opportunities, we'll leave that to him to start, and we'll have Violet go searching for a build site. So let's start with Violet. Normally we move Luna to try and discover tiles. Each of the tiles have what's called node edges. A lot of them will have insight, so as you're crossing, you gain some insight. You go up on there, but they also have time. So if you cross them, you lose time. So it's usually nice to send Luna over those spaces first into the unknown so you can see what awaits you there. But Luna can only move one space. We can move one space for free, and then we have a traverse action where we can spend a die and we can traverse the space. We can also take someone with us. So we're going to move Luna onto this space. Put her up there, which is the glowing fold. So we moved Luna. And then we're going to roll for, let's see, we're going for the research hut. So I think we're going to get data first. We need data and materials for that, so we might as well pursue them all. Ooh, only one on the planet though. Okay. Then we are going to take a traverse action, which means we gain an insight. And we are going to carry Sky with us to the glowing fold. That way Sky doesn't have to necessarily spend an action to move to a tile that we've already explored. All right. Now we also get a free move. Oh wait, so Luna scan, let's do that. So we're going to have Sky traverse into the unknown, which is the follicle forest. Cross 2 insight nodes, gains 2 insight, very nice. No time there, very nice. Snatch the floating cell. So there's a hovering cell there. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. So we can put a die there, pip it down twice in order to pick that discovery up. But as the survival task says, I need the discovery, but I also need the scientific anomaly. Oh, do you get a... Yeah, I think you get a scientific anomaly by picking up a discovery. So we should totally do that. Let's see what die we want here. It's going to pip down twice. Let's go ahead and just do green. So green is down to time now. So if I pip down again, I will lose a time. We will pick up this hovering cell, which will come with a scientific anomaly. I'm not going to put every card up here, but I'll at least show you kind of what they look like. There's that keyword at the top. So it says leukocytes, which is one of the 3 we need. But it also has an ability. So if you have the robotics comprehension, you can squeeze out juices. Discard, move all bloodsuckers from your node to adjacent nodes of your choice. Okay. So we're going to put that up here. But of course, we kind of want to save it for this task. And then the last die, well, before I do that, so I can do the time die at any point, but you kind of want to wait because time tends to trigger a lot of things. So let me make sure I've got all my actions set. So I moved. Okay, no free actions. I don't have any of the comprehensions yet. Luna moved, scan for data. Okay, so we're going to pip our robotics die up in the rest and move the time down 1 marker or 1 space. Reset our tracker tokens, pull our dice back, So what'll be nice is I'll have to rest with the green die next time. Yeah, that's what I'll do. But I can also do a recover. That'll mean trust will go down. So it's like I stop the rest, and now it's like, oh, that guy's slacking off over there. So, but you can pip a die up 3. So that would get our chemistry die back up to max. All right. So now we are going to go over to Sky. So Luna cannot scan for a resource type if it's already on the planet. So she cannot scan for additional data. But she can scan for materials. But I may have her move, so I'm going to have her, well, I need her to explore. So let's have her scan for materials here. 2, very nice. And then we're going to have her move over to this tile. So she scanned. And this environment, so she's going to flip over, and there's another one. Gray matter. I'm pretty sure that looks like a brain. Think carefully, then acquire. So now that changes everything. I need him to pick that up. So what we will do is have him use his green die over here, which you can see. Yep. If you place a green die there, you get a extra material from the planet, and the regular action is the material. So we'll pick up 2 material. Then we will have him use the free move to go over here, which gives him, oh, we messed up. So when I traversed over here, so let me roll back just a little bit. When I traversed over here, that should have made time go down 1. Or did I do? Yeah, because then at the end of her turn, time goes down. So that triggers bloodsuckers. Bloodsuckers. So it's going to spawn bloodsuckers on B, C, and A. They're all going to move 1 node. And if they're in a space with an explorer, they're going to attack, which will give them a distress. So we're going to use these black cubes. So B, C, and A. Okay. They are going to all move 1 node. So remember what we said about here. They'll move that way because there's 3 pheromones there, but now there's no indicator of where they move, so they're not going to move. Because right now they are technically equidistant to this to Sky. So we'll go that way. This one, however, is already on the space with Sky and will attack and give him a distress. This is what the distress looks like. Terrified. When gained, resolve a Waking Nightmare card if you have not already resolved one this turn. You can pip a die down anytime, move the distress to another action space. We're going to put this on our recover because we're not going to do that for a while. And then grab a Waking Nightmare card. All right. This doesn't change our turn too much because we only had Luna action things. So we're going to roll this pink die. Actually, I'll leave this up so you guys can see. It's not allowed good spaces to roll. Leave it on 2. I won't. You say, stop it, please. If an adjacent node has more bloodsuckers than your current one, place yourself there. If there's a tie, prioritize the most pheromone dots. Well, there are no bloodsuckers on an adjacent node. And even if there were, I've got 1 on me already. Or Sky has 1 on him already. All right, so that didn't change too much there. When they attack, they go away. All right, now it's going to move over here and gain an insight. So that was the free move. Already had Luna scan, and then Luna moved. So now we are going to pip 2 dice down. Or pip a die down twice. So we're going to use our blue because we want to save our traverse. So blue goes down to time to pick up this gray matter, scientific anomaly, adrenaline, which is the second keyword. Very nice. In order to use this ability, they need the engineering comprehension. Rip open and inhale deeply. Discard. Place yourself up to 4 nodes away. Very nice. All right. And then we are going to pip our orange die up 1 and rest, which will move the time track down. And I think I did everything okay. So now we have both our characters on each side, so we can both move over here and see if we can find a build site. There's only 2 unexplored tiles. If we don't, then we can move towards the middle and start heading down into the interior. All right, so let's recall Sky's dice. And let's move back to Violet. So I kind of like, this is similar to Primal. In Primal, the monster doesn't have a turn. They react to everything you do. And this is what I love about Unsettled. Sometimes the planet against you, sometimes it's not, but it's all kind of like fluid. Things just happen as you go along. So it's always a player's turn. Okay. All right, Violet. So unfortunately, Luna's all the way over here. Which means cannot explore that tile for us, but can't always do that anyways. We'll go ahead and I can actually have Luna move over onto that tile too. We'll have Luna scan for data. Is that what we want? Yeah, because we need data. 2. All right. And then move on to this tile. There is nothing there. Fibrous capsule, exterior node. Gain nothing for moving on there, but you can gain insight if you go towards the exterior orifice. Okay. So good thing we did that, right? So we scan with Luna, we move with Luna. So now we're going to use our free move to go onto this environment. Right? And we found a build site on Weeping Peak. So we gain an insight and we lose a time. Okay, so whatever this peak is, maybe we had to kind of climb up a little bit. It took us a little longer than normal to get there. And it's a build site, but Violet does not have comprehension, robotics comprehension. So it means it'll cost time to build that. And unfortunately, Sky doesn't have robotics comprehension in order to use hollow instruction and teach Violet how to build there. So either way, we're going to lose a lot of time this turn. Yeah, we're going to have to. We're still short one of the required discoveries. So the question is, I know Sky can pretty much just do a discovery on his tile and hope we get the last keyword, but they've got to complete that. Or pursue an opportunity on his tile, but they've got to complete it. So maybe they should both pursue opportunities, make the best use of their time. Oh man, had we thought about it? I should have done a theorize, but I wouldn't have known what was on there on that tile, so I wouldn't have gotten up to that space. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. Boy, what do I want to do? I've already got one. We just need the one more. But if Sky doesn't draw it, then it'd be a waste of time. And she's got to spend time to build that research hut anyways. Let's not forget about Luna. An explorer local to Luna can pip up a die for each bloodsucker on or adjacent to their node. Okay. So let's go ahead and pursue an opportunity. Put this marker here to show that we've done that for this tile. We'll choose the color that matches, and this is what an opportunity looks like. Give you a second to pause and do that. Okay. Limb Splosion. You discover a pile of bloodsucker pieces atop a bulging pustule. It's a lot of gross at once. Then the pustule bursts, because of course, blasting a chunk of bloodsucker corpse partway through your face mask, obscuring your vision, causing an air leak, and turning your stomach with odor. You need a new helmet, right now, for any and all of these reasons. Engaged. Bloodsuckers completely ignore you. At the start of each of your turns, pip down a die. Wow. We can also put a die on here. You don't pip down or up, but the prerequisite says can only be performed by the engaged explorer at the scarab. Okay, and there's the bloodsucker limb on there. So it's probably a good thing we did that then, because, or not, because he was close enough, he could have dropped back by the scarab. I was thinking earlier, Violet didn't have to pursue an opportunity. We would just let Sky do it. If Sky picked up that one, bloodsuckers would ignore him, and then he would be close enough to the scarab to do that anyways. So, okay. So I don't know how to track and engage, so this is the moment. So we're going to put the moment on there so that we remember that Violet is engaged with that one. I did that without putting a die down. Investigate. Normally a green die. We're not going to use our green because it's already there on time. So we're going to spend our blue to do that. So we do not get the bonus insight. So at the start of each of my turns, I'm going to be pipping that die down. But I kind of need to go back to the scarab to complete it. But I also don't want to spend more time by crossing over that node. So we're going to be sitting on this space for a little bit. I don't want trust to go down by doing a recover, because that would flip us over to our non-powerful side. Let's look at what Violet is. So for Violet, oh, it actually moves. So right now it's theorized it would move down to support, which actually pips up. Move a distress from another local explorer to yourself instead of getting rid of it. Wow, okay. And then for Sky, the leader would turn into, oh, it would take over the rest. So the investigate would go to rest. Required each turn, another explorer every turn rest one focus of your choice. Required each turn. Oh, another explorer will spend the time and pip up a die. That's actually really good. I wanted to use the free investigate though. Because I'm thinking I should recover that green die fully and just have trust go down. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Our trust has gone down. So now empath support, rest leader. Okay. And then our orange dye will pip up on the rest, which will move the time, and we will get bloodsuckers. Bloodsuckers will spawn on B, B, A, move one node, and attack. So we got B, B, and A. It will move one node. So again, those are not going to move. This one will move up. These two will move up. Okay. And that's it. So now it's over to Sky. So unfortunately, it doesn't have the powerful investigate that we had originally planned for, but the rest seems pretty nice. Let's go ahead and reset Violet here. All right, so what do we want to do? We need to pursue an opportunity. So we're going to use our orange dye because it's got the most on it. Oh, no, we can use the green dye. It'll go down to time, but we'll gain an insight. And then we'll pursue an opportunity on the node. We'll choose one from this stack. Okay. Fleshy pop rocks. A collection of disconnected nerve endings glow on the ground, vibrating and popping around. When you touch one, it sends a wave of energy through your suit and then shoots dramatically away, colliding with several others that do the same in a wild chain reaction that sends all but one of them rocketing into the sky. Immediately gain 3 energy. Wow. This thing has dangerously charged us up. You can put a die on there and pip it down. Luna must be present. Secure nerve ending with bionetting. And you gain 2 insight. Very nice. So we got the nerve ending here. So in order to complete that, Luna has to be present. Well, we're in the perfect place for that. We're going to move Luna onto our space. We're going to go ahead and have her roll for materials. 1. We are not good at that. And then we are going to put the orange dye, our engineering dye, onto fleshy pop rocks in order to complete it. So we will pick up this with a scientific anomaly, pheromone, which is the last one we need. Very nice. Or I can discard it if I have a chemistry comprehension to stomp vehemently. Discard. Place all bloodsuckers within 2 nodes of you onto your node. Bloodsucker attacks have no effect on you this turn. Okay. With that, gain 2 insight. 1, 2. We are almost to our first comprehension. What else do we want? So we know the build side is over there. We need to start heading that way. We also need to pick up this data. Ooh, to pick up both, I'm going to have to do time. It's going to cost me time. But we don't need to pick up all the data since we have all the discoveries we need. So we're going to skip over that. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And not spend the die to do that. Oh wait, that die has to rest anyway, so we can't do it. So we are going to move 1 space and gain an insight. So we have gained our first comprehension, robotics. So we're going to go here and grab this. Let's put it right there. So actually that means now Violet can actually build a site if I pip a die down. It's going to get a robotics breakthrough. This is what a breakthrough looks like. Emit tactical odor. Place up to 2 bloodsuckers on Luna's node from nodes adjacent to her. Limit once per turn, and we have to spend a data to do that. All right. Man, I love this game. This is pretty cool. Okay. Um, so we moved. Oh, so our next one we want to get is chemistry, so we can get our laser analysis. So let's set our dye to green right down there. Okay. We already moved Luna. We had Luna scan. We moved our character, our explorer, and we set all our focus. So here's what's going to happen. We are going to end, or we're going to rest, which pips this die up. Time still goes down, and another explorer pips up. So we'll have her pip up the blue die. My relentless drive motivates others in times of struggle. That's the leader. Very nice. All right. Let's go ahead and recollect dice. We don't have any data to emit tactical odor. We're not going to do that anyways. And now it is back to Violet. So actually, this fleshy pops thing goes away. We are done with that opportunity. Now it's back to Violet. This is confusing because this says abilities can be used once on your turn, but Hollow Instruction says this turn the entire crew has access to your comprehension as if you were present on their node. Does that mean she can't build? Or is a turn, they mean a round, this round? No, they said can only be used once on your turn. This turn the entire crew has access to your comprehension. Okay. I'm not really sure how that would ever work unless there's some ability that says if you're attacked or engaged or something and you have this comprehension, you're not. So we're going to play it as you can activate it during another player's turn. Yeah, because all the other abilities are when you do something, you as that explorer. Okay, Violet will build the hut. Okay, I gotta take a step back here. So first we need to pip a die down to do the hollow instruction so that Violet can build the hut without spending any time. Okay. Then she is going to discard leukocytes, hovering cell discovery. To get closer to completing that task. Okay. Oh wait. She pips a die down because she still has the limb explosion. Change into a less bespoke helmet. All right, we're gonna have to get over to the scarab there. I don't want to cross that time space though, for no reason. I wish I had the comprehension so I could skip it. Let's see, is there a way to get comprehension? Or insight? Is there a way to get insight? I can't investigate on the node I'm already on. No, so this, I built the research hut, boom. Oh, I can spend the data that I don't have. We don't have any data to gain that insight. Wow. I guess Sky should have picked up some data. He didn't have any actions left, so never mind. All right. So what we need to do, so she doesn't need to be there anymore, but we don't know what the next task is going to be. I'm trying to figure out what else she can do that would be beneficial. Oh, we can just straight up theorize. Oh, so another explorer gains 1 insight. Well, that doesn't help me. And if I use a blue die, then I gain an insight. So let's do that. So instead of putting that one up there, let's put green up there. Because I don't get any benefits for using a blue die there. And then let's put a blue die here to gain an insight, to give us the engineering comprehension, and another explorer gains an insight. Okay, so we got the engineering comprehension, which unlocks our temporal trailblazing. We get a breakthrough. Broadcast disorienting wavelengths. Place a bloodsucker from your node onto an adjacent node by spending an energy. Okay, we'll see if that becomes useful later on. And we're going to go for chemistry comprehension next to take advantage of the FTL foresight, or to learn FTL foresight. Okay, I've spent 2 dice though, so I can't do anything else. I can do a regular move. Oh, actually, I can still pip a die down to do temporal trailblazing. And I guess start heading towards the scarab, because that's 2 dice pipped up, and but it says bloodsuckers completely ignore you though. It might be worth keeping it with me. Just pipping down a die every turn, just for bloodsuckers to ignore me and not give me distress. So I think we're going to hang on to it. All right, and that's our last die, so let's go ahead and rest. Pip this die up, move the time down 1. Recover our dice. And now we are going to go to Sky's turn, just as soon as we make sure we didn't miss anything. No. Sky does have a distress. We're going to need to get them close to each other, because they can only remove distress if they're local. Remove 1 distress from another local explorer, yeah, for the support action, and then trust will go back up. All right. So Sky needs to get over. Oh, wait. On Violet's turn, we need to move Luna. Let's go here. Actually, yeah, because if those pheromone things spawn, we can use Luna to disrupt them. So for Sky's turn, we'll do that, and then we'll have her roll for materials. 2. Okay. Really don't want him to spend a green die. It's already on time, so we're not going to try to pick up materials. On his turn, though, he will move Luna over here. Actually, we'll leave here, because this is a spawn site. And if he gets data, place up to 2 bloodsuckers onto Luna's node from nodes adjacent to her. They're going to spawn, move, and attack, so they're going to, well, I'm going to try to move twice, actually. And I can activate these things at any time. So let's spend our blue die, which I could have spent any die, to get the 1 data, just in case. Man, a lot of Sky's dice are at the bottom there. So Luna did not scan. So we'll move Luna. No, we want to leave Luna here, and then we'll scan 1 again. Okay. And then we're going to move, Sky's going to move over there and gain 2 insight. That was the free move. Now using the orange die, it's going to gain an insight to traverse here. Okay? So we're going to go in order of the tiles. So first time's going to tip down, which means we are going to get a bloodsucker behavior, which looks like it is BBC. They move 1 node and attack. Let's pick up 3 of these. So 2 on B, 1 on C. Okay, they're going to move. They are equidistant, but this tile has 4 pips on it, so they're going to move down to that one. These 2 are going to move up. There are 5 on that tile. Does not look good. Then we gain an insight, which is the one we need to get comprehension. So then we will try to give Sky engineering comprehension next. So there's chemistry comprehension, which now unlocks laser analysis. If you are within 1 movement of a structure, you may activate the ability of any structure, built or not. Okay. And is going to get a chemistry breakthrough. Insight primal cannibalistic urges. For every 2 bloodsuckers on your node, destroy 1. Very nice. It costs some material to do that. Okay. So see, we can end up spending this data, the tactical odor, to move that guy off if we need to go there. All right, what am I missing now? Got that, got that, got that. We used 2 dice. So the last one is going to pip up. Okay. All of Sky's dice are on time. We need to find a way to fix that. So this one will move up as the leader. Another explorer will get time and pip up a die. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the green. And then all the dice come back. Okay. Let me make sure I'm not missing any free actions. Oh, yes I am. I'm going to discard all of these guys. Because it's pheromone and adrenaline. You can see. Which are the last 2 we need to complete this task. So let's move that off of there. I don't want to see what's coming up. So once I have that, when all 3 boxes are filled, discard the markers and advance. 3, 4. All right. Fill her up. Turns out the adrenaline can be converted to fuel, which is somehow both expected and totally bizarre at the same time. Thankfully, we understand what we're doing now, so gathering this stuff is going to be easier. Each time we gain material from the planet interior, we may gain it to this card instead of the stockpile. Oh, from the planet interior. Oh. We may gain it to this card instead of the stockpile. More are required for a larger crew. When enough materials have been gathered, complete the convert fuel action on card 5. So 2 explorers, we need 6. Yeah. So card 5, I'm not going to worry about like blocking stuff. Disgusting conversion. Resources in hand, it's time to process some fuel. Oh, what did it say? Complete the convert fuel action on card 5. Okay. The masks call for insane amounts of power. Thankfully, we can tap into the synaptic energy still active inside the head. Build the workshop on an interior node and perform the following action once you've gathered enough materials on card 4. All right. So we need to gather 6 materials, and then we've got to have robotics and engineering comprehension there to convert fuel. So we got to find a build side. We got a lot of work to do. We need to rush to the interior node. Okay, I believe it is Violet's turn, which is good because she has the ability to ignore time. Thanks to her temporal trailblazing. Now I wish I'd moved Luna during Sky's turn. Oh, so it's a revealed node, so it doesn't matter. So we'll move Luna now. We'll go ahead and there's no point in scanning for anything because we need the materials on the other side, so we're not going to pick it up anyways. Okay, but I do see I'm going to need energy and data later. So we are going to pip orange down 1 to do temporal trailblazing, and then we are going to pip it down again to do a traverse action. So we gain an insight because we're using our orange die. And we are going to traverse, carrying Sky with us. So we miss out on the time, but we also miss out on the insight. But time is important here, right? So we are on a node with the bloodsucker, but bloodsuckers don't do anything to us unless a card instructs them to. Okay. Oh, I'm on the same space as I need to get Sky's dice up. So what we need to do is the support action. Move a distress from another local explorer to yourself. Okay. And then trust goes back up. So now I get theorized back. And they get leader back. And now I'm terrified. Oh wait, and I pip a die down, beginning of turn. I may have missed that. Ooh, I gotta remember that. Okay. So we traversed. I'll go ahead and have Violet move to this space. Cannot pursue an opportunity. I've already used both dice. So we'll pip this one up with the rest. From your node onto an adjacent node. Okay, we're still not worried about bloodsuckers right now. We don't have our second comprehension to do the FTL foresight. Recover our dice. All right, so now we're going to go to Sky's turn. What's nice is the investigate we'll pip up a die. Or should I just do recover and go back? Maybe what I should do is pursue an opportunity on your node and then recover one of the dice. That'll make our trust go back down, but his dice are really low. And we've got to spend 2 dice. So, okay. So while we're here, let's first recover the orange die. No, we have to do the leader first. So let's investigate to pip a die up. Because it's green, I get an insight. And let's pursue an opportunity on your node. And the opportunity is an undesirable perspective. You step into a cloud of pearlescent mist, always a questionable move. Your mind bends and stretches. Then, you're many places at once, perceiving and interacting with the world through, oh gross, the bloodsucker's minds. A hunger for decaying flesh rises within. You will never be the same. Engaged. At the start of each of your turns, you may move one bloodsucker one node and must pip a die down. You can also put a die on here and pip it down to purge mist, retain trauma. It can only be performed by the engaged explorer at the lab, research, or workshop. Strange pathogen. Oh boy. So now we are both pipping dice down at the start of our turns. Okay. Some could argue whether that was a good move in the end. We're going to recover our robotics die, our engineering die, which will move trust back down. So support over here, rest over here. That is both of our dice used. We still have a free move, so we'll go ahead and move into this space. And then we will tick this up with the rest. Time will move down, which will be bloodsucker time. Bloodsucker time. CCA. That was actually pretty good timing since we are no longer up there. So 2 on C, 1 on A, then they all move 1. So this one, oh, he's actually going to attack us. Now, we have the ability to spend stuff. For every 2, destroy 1, so we're not going to be able to destroy that. We can spend broadcast and energy, place a bloodsucker from your node onto an adjacent node. So yeah, once the bloodsucker moves, we can push him off. Okay, so this bloodsucker will come here. We will spend the energy to use broadcast, disorienting wavelength, which will place a bloodsucker from your node onto an adjacent node. Man, knowing we need that energy or that power, it's got to be harder to get power. Or I can do emit tactical. But if I can push him over here in 6, and then use the inside primal cannibalistic, I can get rid of 3 of them. But we would have to move on there before they get another move, so let's do that. We can kind of see them off in the distance. We don't yet know what all is out there. But we broadcast a disorienting wavelength and it meandered off to the other way. This one goes here, they stay. Still equidistant, so he's going to move there. All right. And then another explorer pips a die up. So we're going to pip up orange. We're going to pip up green because we want to try to collect materials, right? Blue, green, orange. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Now it's Violet's turn. So again, it's going to cost us time to get over there. So let's move Luna for free. Let's have her scan for materials. Man, I need a 3 or 2. Okay, 2's good. We'll have Violet use her green die to pick up 2. Place it on this card instead of in our supply. Womp womp. We need her to... She doesn't necessarily have to move. It can be Sky to do it. There's time on both ends except going down. So should I have her traverse down? No, she gets a free move, so I could just have her free move down and see if the build site is there. So let's do that and flip, and there's the build site. And it didn't cost us anything to go down there. Do I have a die? I have a die. So I can go ahead and build the research hut because she, without spending time, because Violet has the engineering comprehension. So we're going to place the workshop there. We're going to end up using our blue die to do that. Yeah, I don't want people to think I'm putting it there to destroy it. Okay. So we built the workshop. We need the materials. We already did Luna scan, and that's how I picked up the 2 green. We got our free move on. And then we're going to now, oh, we got to pip a die down. I forgot because I have that thing attached to me. So orange die. And I got to remember same for Sky. Okay. So let's rest the orange die. Oh. So that's the second time we've done that. 1, 2. 1, 2. Forgot to move endurance. Okay. Ooh boy, we do not have a lot of time left. Okay. So this comes back. This comes back. This comes back. Okay, now it's Sky's turn. Pip a die down and move a bloodsucker. What does it say? Your turns, you may move 1 bloodsucker, 1 node, and must pip a die down. So again, in the distance, we can kind of see. So the build site is there. They're not going to move, so let's push this guy back up. Okay, then we're going to have Luna scan for materials. 2, very nice. Then we're going to have Luna move. onto this space so we can see what's going on over here. Oh, look at that. Okay. It'll still cost me a time to cross that threshold. But what else can we do? So let's use our free move to go over here. That'll cost the time, but we'll gain 2 insight. 2. And then we're going to use insight primal cannibalistic urges. I'm going to spend a material and get rid of 3. That felt good. Glowing gristle knot. Is on this tile. We'd love to grab it, but we don't have a lot going on here. How do I get rid of? I can do it at the workshop. So we'll head over to the workshop next and get rid of this undesirable perspective. Let's see. So I haven't spent any dice. Wait, I did not pick up those materials. Spend a die. Should have picked up while I was over there. That was the whole point of rolling the scanning with Luna there. Okay. So now, trust is already low, so I don't want to recover. Three of them things are going to attack me. Attack Sky. Once per turn I can do that. Place up to 2 bloodsuckers onto Luna's node from nodes adjacent to her. That doesn't help. Even if I traverse, they're going to move at least 1. Ooh, it can cost me 2 time to get down to that spot. I ain't going that way. Okay, so how do we prepare ourselves? We're not on the same node as her to do support, because we're going to get 3. Can't investigate, can't pursue an opportunity. I'm not adjacent to the workshop to then move Luna. That would have been nice. If you are within 1 movement of a structure, you may activate the ability of any structure, built or not. Oh, so actually, I can traverse. That'll still make me spend the time. Which means the bloodsuckers would attack me before I get a chance to activate the workshop. But I can also activate Tactical Odor and move 2 bloodsuckers onto Luna's node from nodes adjacent to her. So I could traverse, trigger the bloodsuckers. More of them are going to spawn. But hopefully not more than we can handle. And then move 2 of them back onto that. Well, or I can nod and at the end, let it happen at the end of my turn. But I don't want to waste time because I have to move over that node regardless. So let's spend our orange die to traverse. That gives us an insight. Oops. We're going to traverse over here. That gives us another insight. So we have, so green seems to be destroying things. So let's go for another green comprehension. So right now we get the engineering one. Conduct creepy research. For each bloodsucker on your node, pip up a die. Okay. I actually gained 2 insight. Sorry, yeah, because I was at the top, so I gained 1 for this, and then 2 for the crossing the spaces, and then time triggers, which triggers the bloodsuckers. What have we got? CAA. Move 1 node and attack. Here it comes. So C, 2 of them are on A. Well, this isn't good. He's going to come up here. These 3 are going to come up here. They're not going to move. These 2 are going to come here. These 2 are going to move down here. Which means I'm going to get attacked by 4. Let's do stuff. So first we're going to emit tactical odor. Place up to 2 bloodsuckers onto Luna's node from nodes adjacent to her. So let's take 2 away there. Oh, no, before we do that, we're going to do primal instincts. Primal cannibalistic urges. For every 2 bloodsuckers on your node, destroy 1. So there's 4. I'm going to destroy 2. Then we'll use the data to move 2 onto there. And Sky doesn't take any damage, or doesn't gain any distress. Violet, on the other hand, place a bloodsucker from your node onto an adjacent node. Well, it doesn't seem worth it. Lose the power to do that. And actually, man, I'm doing things in all the wrong order. So I should do conduct creepy research first. So let me spend a power. Conduct, when I had the 4, to pip up 4 times. So 1, 2, 3. What am I going to need the most? Material, I guess. 4. So we did conduct creepy research first, then we destroyed some with primal cannibalistic urges, then we emitted tactical odor to move 2 away from us. Okay? Violet, on the other hand, so I can get power by placing dice there. So actually, instead of, yeah, that's fine. We're going to spend the power to do broadcast disorienting wavelengths, place a bloodsucker from your node onto an adjacent node. Boom. Well, considering that one was a bunch of A's, let's put it on A. I don't think it matters. Well, hopefully if they group up together somehow, we can destroy a lot of them together. All right, but that means Violet will take 1 distress. And it's going to end up covering up, pursuing an opportunity on the node, investigate, because we have already got opportunities on us. And is going to get a waking nightmare. So let me do this. Roll a discovery die. 3. You dig straight down and do not stop until someone stops you. Another explorer must place themselves on your node and then move time. Hey, that actually helps. Another explorer must place themselves on your node, and then it costs the time. Well, guess what? It wouldn't have cost any time. So I did end up losing a little bit there. Had he been over here, then he would have moved 2 spaces. But whatever. Okay. So that was just from crossing that threshold. Now he's going to recover dice. And rest. I almost forgot the rest. So another explorer will pip up a die. We got to pip down. I'm going to need materials. So let's pip the green one up. Lots going on. I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, I apologize. All right. So that is the end of Sky's turn. Now it is back to Violet. So Violet's got to pip down a die because of the thing attached to her. Okay. Well, we need the 2 green. So let's pip down blue. We are together now. Okay. We'll have to keep some things in mind. Let's move Luna over here. Let's have Luna roll for materials. I need 2 or 3. 3. Oh man, that lucky little rollback. To do that, Violet will use a move to go up here. We'll use the green die to pick up both materials. Doesn't say we have to be there. Build the workshop on an interior node and perform the following action once you've gathered enough materials. Yeah. We'll say you've got to be there. So traverse action, which gives her an insight to then move back down over here. And now we've got, oh wait, this one attacked, so it goes away. So now we have all the material we need. Oh, but we need to convert fuel. Hold on, let me step back. Oops. Because then it seems like a waste of the traverse action. Can't hold on to these pieces today. Right. Move her inside back down 1. Yeah, it seems like a waste of her insight. So, of her die there. Oh, so she gets back over here. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our blue die. It's gonna be more important. Traversing later will be more important. Put the empath here. Move a distraction from another local explorer to yourself. He doesn't have any, but trust goes up, which is what we wanted. Now it gets her theorized back. And the leader comes back. If I do a support action, then both of us can pip up, which is why I did that. Because Sky's going to have to do a support action in order to help out Violet. Remove a distress and pip 2 dice up, because then we'll be in the positive. Distribute. Okay. Ooh, there's going to be more bloodsucker action on at the end of Violet's turn. Ooh, looks like 4 is going to head in her direction. We've got no materials or anything to do anything with. Okay. Let's rest. Remove the time for the bloodsuckers. There's nothing else I can do. Nothing else I can do. Ooh, time's at the end too, so yeah, we can't waste a lot of time. CBA, they'll all move one. C, A, B. So these two will move on to here. These two will move on to here. This one will move down. This one, two will move here. One will move there. That doesn't look good at all. So Violet's going to get 4, which will cover up her entire board. And then Sky will get 3. Oh, wait a minute. Bloodsuckers completely ignore you. They ignore Violet. They would still move down because they would be heading for Sky, but Violet doesn't take anything. So I'm thinking one of these she should not have received, which means the bloodsucker would still be around. Let me try to retcon a little bit. Well, we'll say the bloodsucker was around, and then she just transferred it to herself with that last transfer. It's too much to try to retcon and go back. But yeah, so they're going to ignore her, but they're still going to hit Sky pretty hard. So that's 3. So we're going to put it on Theorize, Recover, and Traverse. Actually, Investigate. And then Waking Nightmare. Roll the pink die. 2. I understand, you say mysteriously. Place Luna on Nest B. Okay. That moved her over there. It's not the end of the world. Wow, a lot has happened. So let's keep going there. Okay. So that was Violet's turn. So now it's Sky's turn. Starting with your turn, you may move 1 bloodsucker 1 node and gain 1 and tip 1 down. So what I should do is move this to Violet because she ignores them. They ignore her. Well, they completely ignore her, so they're just going to move past her and attack. Okay. And then pip a die down, so we'll pip green down to 2. We have no materials, but we do have enough to do this thing now. Okay. Ooh. Violet does not have the comprehension necessary, but both of them are there to activate that thing. Or Violet didn't, Sky does. So Sky will pip the green die down to time. Oh, what is that? Convert fuel. So I still need 3 energy and 2 data? I was not. Or 3 power and 2 data? Okay. So let's move Luna here. You can only do data. I only need 2. 1. Wow. And I need power. We'll have Violet collect power. So I need to be on the same node as her in order to do, but I don't have materials either. Yeah, they're not going to attack for a while. So man, it's a waste of blue, but I need that. I don't have to use a blue die up there technically. Let's do that. Let's use our free move to join Violet. Then let's remove 1 distress from another local explorer. So Violet has to do the support action. So let's spend an orange up here to gain a power. And then let's spend the green down here to rest. And pip that die up. We have lost another endurance. Okay. So now on Violet's turn, she must pip a die down. So let's go ahead and pip blue down. Let's spend the orange die up here twice or once to gain 2 power. Let's move. I could leave Luna there and just have her scan there. Now it doesn't matter what I roll, I'll get enough. 3. Wow, go figure. 2, 3. Oh, she's the one that's going to do. Oh, why did I collect that? Okay, so let's have her support. Remove a distress. Or remove it from the recover. And then trust will go up, so it'll pip 2 dice up. You can distribute, freely distribute. So let's give them both to Violet. Actually, we'll do that. 1 to Violet, 1 to Sky, because she's going to rest with that blue die. So I didn't move Luna. So let's move. Does Luna need to move? No, let's leave Luna there. And I scanned with her. I moved Violet up. I would need the traverse to go down. So, okay, let's rest with the blue die. It goes up to 1. Time goes down. Okay, now it's Sky's turn. He's going to take one of these and move them up here. And then he's got to tip one down, so green. I still need to complete that. I'm trying to decide, She only has 2 distress. She's fine. So we'll use the orange die, which doesn't have to be orange, but we're going to use orange to traverse to gain the insight. And we're going to take violet with us. Do I need to, though? I don't need violet there. So we're going to use So we're going to use the orange die down to nothing to support violet, remove a distress. So we're going to move it from this investigate. And then pip 2 dice up, so we're going to move our orange back up 1. And then we're going to move our blue up 1. Okay? Then we're going to take a free move across here. We're going to spend a blue to pick up 2 data. And now we can spend 2 data and 3 power and pip. I got to put a die on there. We picked up the data and we did the support action. So maybe we don't support. Let's not support. I can't remember which other die I pushed up. I'm just saying it was orange. So we're not going to support. Instead, we're going to tip this down twice here. Spend 2 data and 3 power to flip this thing. Okay. I assume these the tasks get harder as you go along, and we're already almost out of time. But this is 6 of 8, so we might be close. The tunnel between the surface and the interior collapses. We are trapped and need to dig ourselves out, which is gross because it's meat. Place 6 materials between the interior orifice and exterior orifice nodes. Neither the explorers, nor Luna, nor any bloodsuckers may move or be placed between the interior and exterior of the planet by any means while the obstructing materials remain. Oh no! Wouldn't that have been good before 6 stacked up over here? Okay. So we need to build up 6 more material. Start digging. Oh, he's going to rest and they're going to do a number to us. The only thing I can do, well, they're going to ignore violet, which means they're all going to come down to sky. And he's going to be able to place up to 2 bloodsuckers onto Luna's node from nodes adjacent to her. That's the worst. We're trapped down here with these things. So let's move Luna here. Actually, let's have Luna scan for materials first. No, I did that already. I already scanned. Let's have Luna move here. Because when we go to rest, we're going to have to... Yeah, it's going to be 7. What happens if you can't get any more distress? I just think you just don't get any more distress. Ah, we're forgetting something here. This guy's not here anymore. Because it already attacked. There's only 6 of them. Yeah, because none of them had attacked Violet up there. So if I assume they're going to move 1 node, I can't traverse. I cannot traverse. We are in trouble. Broadcast. Require power. We don't have. We only have 1 data. That's to place 2 bloodsuckers. Can I teleport? Can I do anything else? If you are within 1 movement of a structure, you may activate the ability of any structure, built or not. That doesn't help. Oh, built or not. What does green do for us? Spend material to pip up a die. We don't have material, or we would just destroy a bunch of them. Okay, well, here we go. We're going to pip up this die. It's going to move our time and activate bloodsuckers. Oh, there's going to be even more because they're going to spawn too. But only 2 more can spawn. Maybe both will spawn, 2 will spawn on C. We won't have to worry about it. Oh, that's CBA, and bloodsuckers move 2 nodes. CBA. Well, we go in order. So C and then B. A gets nothing because there aren't any more left. They'll move 2 nodes, so he'll go here but can't cross that threshold. They're going to go here and he's going to go there. That is 7. We're going to spend the data to move 2 of them onto Luna's node. And then we're going to get hit with 5. Or Sky's going to get hit with 5. Which turns out to be 4. I think if you can't, your distress goes down. Or your endurance goes down. That's if there's no distress left in the stack. Let's go to the handy dandy rulebook. Time and trust. Oops. Distress. If an explorer regains 6 distress at once, they have no available action spaces covered. Each explorer loses 1 endurance. If an explorer is forced to draw a distress but none remain in the pile, each explorer loses 1 endurance. I would say that's a pretty good rule book if I can quickly flip through and get to the page I need. So yeah. Wow. Because there had to be 5 there instead of, which means we're not going to make it. We're not going to survive, but we're going to keep going. I'm looking. Is there anything I'm missing? Oh, there's Luna. An explorer local to Luna for each bloodsucker on an adjacent in their node. So I could have picked up some dice, placing a die there. But there may have been a possibility earlier on when Violet didn't have a lot of actions to take, but I don't remember where Luna was with respect to her. And we can get rid of the unpredictable, the undesirable perspective for Sky on the next turn. So now we are pulling dice back. We need to dig. Violet's turn. She's got to pip a die down. That's not good. blue. Actually, so I'm going to end up having Luna have moved up here and move those two there because they don't affect her. Instead of going across, go up there. Because now she can roll for material. She cannot roll for material because there are materials there. So she will move Luna over here. She will move Luna down, roll for materials there. 3. Is that right? Place 6 materials between the interior orifice and exterior orifice. The suckers may move or be placed between the interior and exterior of the planet by many means. Oh, did I mess up? It just says place 6 there. It doesn't actually tell me to do anything with them. Yeah, it didn't tell me to cross over. Let's see what this says. Dig, shutter, everyone out. The following actions are available when you're on an orifice node. You may perform one of the following actions to gain one of the obstructing materials. Torch requires 2 power, gain 1 obstructing material to the stockpile, or claw, gain 1 obstructing material to the claw. I gotta be able to do that 6 times. Well, that changes where Luna needs to be. So we'll move Luna there. So we don't have power. I don't have a way to pip down 3 times, except to pip the green die on Luna and explore a located Luna pip up for each bloodsucker on or adjacent to their node. Oh. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically everything ratchets back up to 3. Wow. On or adjacent to their node. But we still have a problem. Oh, wait a minute. So 5 of these attacked him, so they go away. Okay, that makes that a little better. So now we're not worried about losing the next time they pop out. We still only have 3 turns. And usually you got to get back to the scarab. So I can pip 1 die down here. No. Because I have to put a die on the card. So let's claw 3 down. Ooh. So let's see. These were all down to time. So since those got destroyed, I still get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, those aren't adjacent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I get. So there's 3, 4, 5. And then we'll spend 3 of the orange here to claw to gain 1 of the obstructing materials, which will save to end up destroying some of those guys. move my... Testing out a power pack for our microphones. The microphones only last 3 hours, and so I bought a power pack to try to keep it charged the entire time. But it doesn't look like the USB-C is connecting very well, so it keeps dropping. All right, sure that still works. Yep, green screen still up. Let's go ahead and finish this. So we did that. 2 dice use. So this is going to go down here. Oops. Rest. So time will move up. We're not going to have enough time to do everything we want to do. So on Sky's turn, he gets to move a bloodsucker. Move him away. And then he's got to pip one down. So we'll pip green down by 1. Then we will move up here. Free move. We'll activate Luna and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pip up 5. So let's pip our orange up 3, 4, 5. And then let's do 3 on here again to pick up one of the materials. Yeah, see, we're going to run out of time before we can pick up. There's no way to pick up twice. Unless I had power, and I don't have power. And we're not doing anything to remove. Okay. Oh, cannot rest. How does that work? It's a good question. Distress. Spaces on your dashboard except the rest. So really what that means is we lost because I would have had 2 additional distress, which would have moved our endurance down even further because you can't cover up your rest action. Wow, that was a tough one. There's so much to keep up with, but it was a lot of fun with the different abilities and moving around and trying to help each other. I definitely missed some things here and there that probably could have helped out. I probably could have used Luna a lot more. To pip up our dice during certain times, collecting power. I could have collected power when Violet didn't really have anything left to do, and I could have used these breakthroughs a little better. But man, we did really good. So looking ahead here, yeah. So the last thing would have been get everyone to the Scarab. So we were very close. We were very, very close. Just a few different changes. Of course, it would have taken us a little longer to clear those out. But that's how it feels like, even though it's like, it's cards and little tokens, it feels real. There's 6 pieces there, and you got to do this action. And it's not just really quickly do it. Depending on how you would have set yourself up, sure, you could have had some power and some additional dice to be able to do it twice in 1 turn. But that's really hard to kind of set up, right? So because I had to use Luna to gain the pip-ups in order to do the action, I only could use the 2 dice. But imagine if I already had a die of 3, then I could have used that one and then used 1 to get power. You still would have done only 1 per turn. But yeah, so that's Unsettled, Kaelyfos, however you pronounce that. I had a great time. I hope you learned a lot. and we will see you next time.